Dr. Joe Helms.
Oh, wait a minute, I thought that you were...
Fantastic class. Really enjoyed this class. Learned a lot of interesting tools that's going to help me cater for my patients more comprehensively and holistically. And I'm just excited to go ahead and get started. But after studying for these past several months and essentially mastering the points and mastering acupuncture in general, committing all the points to memory and their functional uses, I felt that just, this was too easy for me. And as I studied the acupuncture meridians, I noticed that there was an area that seemed lacking in points. This is essentially and potentially a very vast and large area with very few points. And as you can see, with the help of Dr. Adam Olson, we were able to go ahead and discern this particular area. I had a Chinese dream, a dream in Chinese, which was fascinating because I don't speak Chinese, so I didn't really understand anything. But when I woke up, I had an epiphany, and I was able to go ahead and correctly map the meridians with some success. But you might not be able to see them.
Let's go to the next. Yeah,
There
there it is.
we go. So those are our meridians that we were able to determine, and of course the always popular Temps, or Travis's energy moving points. Now I embarked on a massive, extensive 2-day research project with a couple of volunteers in my hotel room, and after much experimentation, we were able to map these meridians and actually discover some multiple indications for these meridians. As one would expect, it's the local stuff, the piriformis syndrome, the sciatica pain, but there were a couple of other symptoms, there were a couple of other ailments that we were able to determine. One was PGS, or parasitic gluteal syndrome. We had some pretty profound improvement with some asymmetrical sitting disorders. Go away. So here is a before picture. The patient's visibly uncomfortable. And 5 minutes after the treatment, she's sitting around. There are also some pretty profound inhibited postural disorders. This poor gentleman will be found homeless on the side of the street. A couple of quick treatments, and all of a sudden he's ready to join us. One of the most poignant indicators for this particular treatment is, of course, expelling excess wind. After much deliberation, I decided to name the meridians Wang Yin and Chong Yang. These obviously fall into the category of bizarre meridians because they're kind of side by side, so you just kind of had to guess which one was which. Now, Chung is translated as moon. Possibly some type of food. Wang is translated as fullness. So it seems more than just a coincidence that this particular meridian translates as full moon. Oddly enough, these meridians seem to peak in the middle of the night, around midnight. And when one considers all this information and puts it together, the only logical conclusion is that the energies of everyone Wang Chung tonight. Now, with the help of some trusted colleagues and friends, we've set up a non-profit organization called the Better Understanding of Traditional Therapy. But we've also improved on a couple of the things that Dr. Helms, although was good, just wasn't quite there for us. One of those was the pull my finger technique. It's much improved. It doesn't require the strain of other models. It just seems less forceful and more natural, requiring very little effort at all. Oddly, it's not kind of picking up quite as fast as we thought it would, but we remain hopeful. At any rate, we're excited about these new discoveries and look forward to publishing soon. And to commemorate this momentous occasion, I've written a poem. More of a limerick, really. All right. In 1200 BC was an old Chinese doctor named Li. Many patients he had with their ailments so bad, he often scratched his head and said, gee. One day, hemming pants with a pin, he slipped, stabbed himself in the chin. He was pierced to the bone, and he let out a moan, then his mouth it turned up in a grin. He knew in an instant what occurred. His vision was perfect, not blurred. The knee pain was better, his kidneys were wetter. It even helped with his GERD. And so acupuncture began, and is helpful for woman and man. It continues to spread, even used on the dead. Everyone who has tried is a fan. So continue your practice and grow. Let your yin and yang energy flow. Scrape, poke, wash off, and continue to awe. Just remember, no one needles like Joe. Signed by class 52, and as everyone knows, Joe is the father of Western acupuncture, so it seemed only fitting that we put something like that on the plaque. Unfortunately, that was too long. It cost like 20 cents a letter. You just put "Who's your daddy?"
I'd like to say thank you. I'm not quite sure. I don't yet know. Is there someone else who's going to get up here? I'm speechless. This is fabulous. As you know, we love teaching. We love being with you. And it's so fulfilling for us to have an equivalent sense of fun and dedication and self-expansion all at the same time. Thanks so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for this silly stuff. Because it means you get it. And that's all that we want, that you get it and that you do it. So, thanks. I think that what's supposed to come after this, we might consider not doing.